dinosaur for the boys, and they also have a pink dinosaur for the girls, a unicorn, and this guy for our boys probably, right?
Yeah.
But it does show a picture of a girl, so it's probably gender neutral.
Yeah.
These are $11.74.
These are $12.98.
And these are $12.98.
And so how
this
they
is
work
Walmart.
Is it just
strapped in the
has a
front there.
chest clip, and it just looks like a regular backpack from the back. Hers only has this one like little fake pocket, but
Oh,
if
yeah,
your
but
kid
these ones
wanted
have storage.
this actually unzips. Pretty large area for them to carry their stuff. These are the same as her teddy bear with just a very small pocket.
Okay. Walmart has a good selection of them.
We did go to Target and we couldn't find any of the tether backpacks at Target, but they are available at Walmart here.
Yeah, so
And the company
they actually just
is Gold Bug, so you could probably even Google that and possibly order it online.
and just to be clear, they're actually called a harness and not a leash. I repeat, they're called a harness and not a leash.
Oh, they are. Like, she's 10, so she's pretty big, and so hers is fully extended to as loose as it can go, just because she's a lot bigger than, say, a toddler, but they're fully adjustable.
So we just want to show these so people can find them easily and know that they exist and don't feel guilty about using them.
Baby section near the diaper bags, which
yeah,
store is set up the same way.
this is in the back of the super center near all the baby blankets and toddler toys,
like the infant carriers
and car organization and all that. Okay, so for door alarms, you have two options at Walmart. You have a 2-pack here, made by General Electric for $10.97. They just work with tape, so if you're renting, you don't leave any screw holes. They just pop on your door or your window. And down here, they got a 4-pack for $19.97, made by General Electric as well, and same thing. You can just double-side tape right to the door or window.
They can be an alarm sound where it actually sounds like an alarm, you know, woo, 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 or just a chime, like goes ding dong. So depending on time of day, if you just need to know when they're going in and out of their room, you can do the ding, but for times like at night or when they're going to be in there and you need to make sure they don't get out, you can do the alarm.
Ding dong.
And this just comes off this side panel and you can switch the sound.
Oh, cool.
And they're battery operated.
And there's no wiring needed.
Nope. All right, so I'm in Malia's room to talk to you about how we keep her safe from elopement and wandering at night. Obviously, for families living with wandering and elopement issues, nighttime is one of the scariest times to keep your child safe.
This is the inside door handle of Malia's room, and you'll notice that the keyhole is on the inside. Reason is because the lock is purposely flipped around. You'll also notice that there's an echo in Malia's room. That's because she doesn't have any large furniture at all, because it's a danger to her. That's a topic for another video. However, so keyholes on this side. And this is outside of Malia's room. This is the door handle where we can lock her in. So you may be wondering why we would want to lock her in her room, right? Or you may be thinking, oh my goodness, these people lock their kid in her room. Well, for one disclaimer, her room is right next to our room. It's the closest room to us in the house, and we could literally get to her in 1 second flat. So we would rather have her safe inside her room than going into the kitchen, playing with knives, causing a fire, walking out the door into traffic, into a retention pond, a lake, a river. And so I know this has been a controversial topic for people before. It's not controversial to us. We know it's the best way to keep her safe, right? Because you love to just go anywhere you want. Disclaimer number 2, my allergies are really bad and my throat is extremely sore and my eyeballs feel like they're gonna pop out of my head. She was just kicking me. Why are you kicking me? Were you just kicking me, silly? Were you just kicking me? Oh, you think it's funny? She thinks she's funny kicking me in the belly. We know that may draw up some negativity, but we're ready for that because we're doing everything in our power to keep her safe. She's 10 years old. We, thank God, have not had one close call because of our diligence in keeping her safe, because of our persistence in keeping her safe. I mean, a lot of parents with children that wander, they lose sleep over it because you don't know what she's up to. You don't know if she's trying to dig a tunnel to China. And trust me, they don't sleep well either usually. So she may go to bed at 9 and wake up at midnight and stay up till 3 partying. You just don't know. Oh, I see that smirk. I see it. Malia does also go to bed the same time as her brother and sister. We do check on her often too when she's sleeping. Sometimes she doesn't sleep in her bed, she sleeps near the door. So that makes it tough to check on her, but we know she's right there. There are other known dangers of her leaving her room in the middle of the night without anybody knowing. She likes anything slimy, whether it's bleach or dish soap or laundry detergent, and she would just dump it over her head or possibly drink it. So there's just so many unknown variables of her being able to wander the house on her own that it just makes it absolutely horrifying. And I think she's smirking because she knows this.
The door alarms that we showed you in the previous clip, right now it is off. We can switch it to chime. So that would be fine for like during the day, but then at night you can switch it to alarm. So that should definitely wake you up if your child were trying to elope in the middle of the night.
What you're looking at here is a child door handle safety lock. We have a lot of those also on our doors. You have to pinch both sides, left and right, and squeeze and turn at the same time. And because Malia doesn't have such great fine motor skills, like many kids who have autism, you can't figure this out. She can't squeeze it and turn it at the same time. I think she'll eventually figure it out, but for now, for the past 10 years, she hasn't really messed with it or even tried to figure it out, so that's been really good. So we highly suggest putting these on any doors that lead to the outside, and that's just one more form of prevention you can have. Also, to reach in here to unlock and lock the door, it's really tight to get in there. Some people with certain type fingers, if it's an adult you're worried about or a larger kid with big fingers, they're gonna have trouble getting in there and turning that as well. So that's a little extra form of security. They do come in different designs and sizes too, so but they're your typical baby toddler safety lock, but they've done the job for us and definitely give us a peace of mind. Now, in addition to this, we were living in a house where you just had one of those handles that you pull down like that, and all it had was a deadbolt. So there was no regular doorknob with a lock. It was just, I think they call it a lever handle. And so the deadbolt had this thing on it. It was a plastic case over the deadbolt, and the way to turn the deadbolt is you'd squeeze these two things in, they'd come in on the deadbolt, and you'd turn it like that. We'll post a description down on that one. That one's also really good, and that's very hard for them to figure out as well. Here you are looking at a bar that runs the entire length of our sliding glass doors. Some houses come with these, some don't. The good news is they're pretty easy to install, and it's just another safety measure for Malia. This bar, this chain right here can actually wrap right around it, which keeps it from being pulled up. To open it, it's really easy. You just go ahead and lift it straight up, and it just connects back on the side here. And then if she figures out the locks at this point, of course she could open it. But if those locks are figured out on the actual sliding door, this will stop the door from opening. All right, see you later. Melia, say bye.